Hello, I'm Professor Piper, and welcome to the History of Entertainment. Today I'll be showing you my collection of vintage technology, and your associated assignment will be to choose one of these pieces of technology to record a clown routine which you'll share with the class. What I'll be showing you today features items from the 1980s through 2010-ish. It's good luck. Alright, let's get started, shall we? I'm just going to take my cardigan off. It's a bit warm in here. Are you familiar with antennas? You would connect them to the TV, and you'd have to wiggle them around just right to be able to catch the signal. And if you didn't have it in the ideal spot, TV watching would be not a pleasant experience. It would be all staticky and crazy. This particular pair extend quite a bit. Very high end. And then it just telescopes right back down. Let's fast forward a few years. This is a video recorder. You put a cassette in here, close it. This specimen no longer closes. Right here would be covered in foam because it's a microphone, but it has disintegrated over time. Something that used to be humorous is typically there would be a lens cap attached to a string. This one has a string, but it's to wear around your body, as well as this nifty strap. But sometimes someone would go to film and only see black. It would be because the lens was covered. Now right here you have an eject battery button. It's because the battery has to be removed and put into a device that is plugged into the wall. Couldn't charge it directly. Think these are music cassettes? Think again. These go in the video camera. Moving on, a very fun toy in the 1990s were Tamagotchis and Gigapets. This is a Gigapet. Don't think it'll turn on anymore, but it was a kitty cat. As you can see at the cat, it says Compute Kitty, short for computer, I assume. Their little paw prints and fish bolts, and you can see the mechanisms. Speaker. Oh, that's cool. And I believe, sadly, these pets would die because I remember when I started playing Neopets, I learned those pets never die. They just get sad and starve, but they stay alive. And I remember thinking that was amazing. So that makes me think that these probably died. But I cannot recall at the moment. Do you think this is a CD? No. It's actually a computer game. Kid Song's Musical Mystery. The index starts with Windows 95 installation. Does this ring a bell for anybody? Did you know these have a handle on the tongue? This iMac is a prized possession of mine. I found it in the trash. It's not easy to see on camera, but you can see the insides just like the Gigabit. Do you remember Oregon Trails? Oregon Trail. Dying of dysentery, right? Does anyone remember Kid Pics? It was like MS Paint, but cooler. I do want to note that my collection is missing a floppy. That's the save icon. Ideally, I would have a green one, and it was the Gumby game. Moving along, VHS, video cassettes. This one is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. There was a policy of be kind, rewind, because all of the film starts on one side, ends up on the other at the end. And you have to turn the back to make the movie start at the beginning again. And if you were sharing the movie with somebody else or even renting it, you were very rude if you did not rewind. It's also very rude to never return a Blockbuster DVD. This one is 51st Dates. This is authentic. It says DVDs must be returned to location rented. If you have any questions as to the content or appropriateness of this title, please ask any Blockbuster associate to assist you. Blockbuster is dedicated to providing you with the kind of entertainment programming you prefer. If you feel our selection can better serve your interests, please let us know. Go home happy. And then it has the checkout days of the week and the day that the rentals would be due. Blockbuster.com, very good. This was supposed to be a 1-week rental. It's been just a bit longer than that. They also always had a lot of candy and video games and like a very particular scent, kind of partially like carpet. Moving along, I have a CD case. This contains both music and computer games. I and many others used to doodle on CDs, and by the doodles, I knew what was on the playlist in my mind. I would play these in my car. More doodles. This is Pink, Misunderstood. IBM and Crayola. Magic Wardrobe is a historical game. Very fun. Copyright 1998. Barbie nail design computer game. Scooby-Doo, Mystery of the Fun Park Phantom. The Sims. Superstar expansion pack, Sims 2, the soundtrack to my parents' divorce, The Sims Online. This wasn't a good idea. The Sims Online, where you could talk to strangers. Ooh, The Sims Deluxe Edition. Is that the original Sims? It says CD2 because to install it, it was so large that you had to do it in 2 parts. And this game was always crashing. Not just the original one, but always crashing. And it was like too much work for the computer. Sims Making Magic. Ooh, Nancy Drew. I remember this one was very hard. These are all computer games so far. Oh, except for Pink. And my dual CDs. Oh my god, Mean Girls DVD. And this is an iPod mini. It has a clicker wheel. And it made the best sounds. Also had a couple games on here. Snake and Brick, if I recall correctly. Very fun. Let's take it back a few years to film cameras. Put a roll of film inside, and then once all the pictures were used up, you would take it out and go get it developed at the store. Oh yes, there used to be like a little number counter that let you know how many pictures you had left. This one wasn't like a disposable camera. It didn't have one of those roller clicky things. So cute. Oops. Moving ahead to the future, it's a digital camera. All sorts of buttons. And it had a twisty thing, but it was more advanced. It was to like toggle between taking a video or a picture. And this had what did it have? A MicroSD perhaps? Yes. I believe it had a MicroSD card that you could take out and hook up to the computer, and frequently people would like what was in fashion in the day was on Facebook to put albums up of like a night hanging out and just like so many pictures, and they weren't posed like selfie. I mean, sometimes they were, but it would just be like a lot of pictures of the same thing pretty much, and it wouldn't be curated or like cut down. It was just all the pictures. Moving on to cell phones. This one's sticky for some reason. I jazzed it up with rhinestones and nail polish. So it has an antenna which conveniently goes down, comes up. Now what I really miss is the satisfaction of hanging up the phone. Hanging up the phone was so great. And you had to text by pressing the number buttons, the number of times one of 3 letters appears, because the alphabet is all chopped up, you know? And that's why some phone numbers are like 1-800-carpets or whatever, because you can spell out words with numbers. Fast forward to the chocolate. This was a very cool phone. Had a bigger camera. Oh, the shutter. Ooh, 2 megapixels. Also a micro SD card. I think this still had the battery that you could take all the way off. Dinosaur sticker made of foam. But guess what else? It opens up. Now at this time it was still not really okay to go on the internet because you got charged money, I think, still in this era. But look, you could type words with a real keyboard. Revolutionary, just a slightly more sophisticated version. Wider screen, I believe. Alright everybody, that concludes today's show and tell. I look forward to seeing all of your routines. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by my office during office hours. This assignment is due next class, and I'll see you then. Bye.